Ever seen a car so revolutionary that it flopped? Cars with technology we use today, but back then? Total disasters. Machines that could have changed everything, if only people weren't terrified of the future. Today we're revealing 10 cars that were so far ahead, they got punished for being brilliant. Prepare to be shocked. Honda Insight. While everyone was still guzzling gas like there was no tomorrow, Honda dropped the Insight. This little spaceship-looking coupe could get over 60 miles per gallon. In the year 2000, think about that for a second. The Insight combined a tiny gas engine with an electric motor. Revolutionary stuff back then. But Americans took one look at its aluminum body, manual transmission, and those funky rear wheel covers and said, no thanks. We wanted our SUVs big and our trucks bigger. Honda sold fewer than 20,000 Insights in 5 years. Meanwhile, the Prius came along with 4 doors and automatic transmission, and suddenly everyone was a hybrid convert. The Insight's DNA lives on in every hybrid you see today. Sometimes being first means watching someone else get the credit. Buick Grand National GNX, picture this. Your grandmother's car company builds something that can smoke a Corvette. That's exactly what Buick did with the Grand National GNX. While everyone else was building naturally aspirated V8s, Buick went turbo. This black beauty packed a 3.8-liter V6 with a turbocharger that made 276 horsepower. But here's the kicker. Everyone knew it was making way more than that. Buick just didn't want to upset the Corvette team. Independent tests showed it was pushing over 300 horses. The GNX could hit 60 mph in under 5 seconds and run the quarter mile in the mid-12s. In 1987, the problem? It cost as much as a Corvette, but came from the brand your dad associated with retirement homes. Only 547 were built. Today, they're worth more than most new cars. A Dodge Viper GTS. When Dodge unleashed the Viper, most people focused on the massive V10 engine. But the real innovation was hiding in plain sight. The aerodynamics. That iconic double-bubble roof wasn't just for looks. It was wind tunnel-tested perfection. The GTS coupe could slice through air with a drag coefficient that put European exotics to shame. This was computational fluid dynamics meets American muscle. While other manufacturers were still guessing at airflow, Dodge was using NASA-level testing. But buyers in the 90s wanted straight-line speed, not wind-cheating efficiency. They saw the Viper as a raw, unfiltered beast, which it was. The aerodynamic wizardry got overlooked. Today, every performance car obsesses over airflow, downforce, and drag coefficients. The Viper was teaching those lessons 20 years early. Cadillac Cimarron, hold on. Before you throw something at your screen, hear me out. Yes, the Cimarron was a disaster, but buried beneath all that badge engineering was a glimpse of Cadillac's future. Smaller, efficient luxury cars. While Cadillac was still pushing land yachts with 5-liter V8s that made 140 horsepower, the Cimarron tried to prove luxury could come in a compact package. The execution was terrible. It was basically a dressed-up Chevrolet Cavalier. But the concept? Pure gold. Fast forward to today, and Cadillac's best-selling vehicle is the compact XT4 crossover. Their performance cars are small, turbocharged, and precise. The Cimarron was asking the right question: why does luxury have to mean huge? It just couldn't answer it properly. GMC Syclone. What happens when you stuff a turbocharged V6, all-wheel drive, and sports car suspension into a compact pickup truck? You get the GMC Syclone, the most ridiculously fast truck ever built. This thing could hit 60 mph in 4.3 seconds. Let that sink in. A pickup truck from 1991 was faster than a Ferrari 348. It ran the quarter mile in the high 13s while carrying your groceries in the back. The all-wheel drive system was borrowed from rally racing. The suspension was tuned by engineers who understood what handling meant. But America wasn't ready for a performance truck. We wanted trucks for work and sports cars for speed. The idea of combining both seemed crazy. GMC built fewer than 3,000 Syclones. Today, every truck manufacturer offers a high-performance variant. The Syclone wrote the playbook BMW 850 CSI. BMW's 850 CSI wasn't just fast, it was smart, really smart. This was one of the first cars to use drive-by-wire throttle control. No cable connecting your foot to the engine. Everything went through a computer first. The 12-cylinder engine had individual throttle bodies for each cylinder, all controlled electronically. The suspension could adjust itself. The stability control system could brake individual wheels to keep you on the road. This was smartphone-level computing in 1994, but buyers were skeptical. They wanted to feel connected to their cars, not have a computer making decisions. The 850 CSI felt too clinical, too removed. Sales were disappointing. Now, every car you drive has dozens of computers making hundreds of decisions per second. BMW was just 20 years too early. Mercedes S-Class. While other luxury cars were adding cup holders, Mercedes packed the S-Class with technology that wouldn't become common for another decade. Pre-safe collision preparation, Distronic adaptive cruise control, active body control suspension. This car could literally see accidents coming and prepare for them. It would tighten seatbelts, adjust seats, and close windows in milliseconds. The adaptive cruise control could follow traffic automatically. The suspension could lean into corners like a motorcycle. American buyers weren't ready for a car that smart. They complained about complexity and repair costs. But every safety feature you take for granted today, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control. Mercedes was perfecting these systems when most cars still had cassette players. Citroën SM. The Citroën SM looked like it drove straight out of a science fiction movie, low, sleek, and absolutely unlike anything else on the road. But the real magic was underneath. Self-leveling hydraulic suspension, variable ratio power steering, and aerodynamics that put jets to shame. This car could maintain the same ride height whether empty or loaded. The steering got lighter at low speeds and heavier at highway speeds. The drag coefficient was so low it could cruise at 120 mph while barely breathing hard. In 1970, Americans never got a chance to buy one legally. Safety regulations kept it out. Even in Europe, it was too weird, too expensive, too French. But look at any modern luxury car today. Self-leveling suspension? Check. Variable steering? Check. Wind cheating aerodynamics? Absolutely. The SM was showing us the future, but we were looking the other way. Audi Quattro. When Audi brought all-wheel drive to passenger cars, most people asked why. After all, front-wheel drive was fine for snow and rear-wheel drive was better for performance. Why complicate things? The Quattro answered that question by dominating rally racing and rewriting the rules of performance driving. This wasn't just all-wheel drive, it was intelligent power distribution that could send torque where it was needed most. Turbo power, permanent all-wheel drive, and handling that defied physics. But Americans were slow to embrace it. All-wheel drive meant complexity, weight, and higher costs. We preferred our muscle cars simple and our snow cars cheap. It took decades for AWD to become mainstream. Now, try finding a performance car without it. From Subaru WRX to Lamborghini Huracan, the Quattro's influence is everywhere. Lexus LS400. When Lexus launched the LS400, they didn't just build a luxury car, they redefined what luxury meant. While Mercedes and BMW focused on engineering prowess, Lexus obsessed over perfection. Every detail, every sound, every sensation was engineered to exceed expectations. The LS400 was quieter than a Rolls-Royce. It was more reliable than a Honda. It cost half as much as comparable German cars while delivering superior quality. But the real innovation was the philosophy. Luxury through flawless execution, rather than prestigious badges. American luxury buyers initially dismissed it as just another Japanese car. They couldn't believe anything from Japan could compete with European prestige. But the LS400 didn't just compete. It dominated. It forced every luxury manufacturer to rethink their approach. Today's emphasis on quality, reliability, and value in luxury cars traces directly back to this game-changer. Time has a funny way of proving innovators right. These 10 cars were ridiculed, ignored, or misunderstood when they first hit the streets. Which of these futuristic cars do you remember? Drop a comment and share your story. I'd love to hear about your encounters with these time machines. And if you enjoyed this trip through automotive history, smash that like button and subscribe for more forgotten legends and the cars that shaped our world.